So on another great scoreline, a good win in the first round of the All-Ireland Cup. What are your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, brilliant win for us. Thought we started the game quite poorly, to be honest, the first 7 or 8 minutes, and after that, we really grew into it. They scored their first shot of the game. I think what was it, 35 minutes or so into the game. It was the response to that and the reaction that really impressed me. I thought we played well in the first half, but our response to get 2 back quickly right before half time, I think, gave us a springboard then to push on in the second half, and that was the case, I think, as the game went on and we made subs and obviously coming on and impacting the game, the likes of Kate and Avian and Kiva and the young girls as well who did really well, but it was another complete performance for us this week.
Obviously there's a few new faces around the squad today. Is it good for you to see the younger girls coming on and holding their own on the pitch?
Yeah, look, it's no surprise to us. I think, first of all, this is a competition that we want to win, and I made that clear with the players. We're not making changes for the sake of it. It's because we have a belief in the group and every single player in the group, including the young players, that they can make an impact in any competition, in any game when needed. And I think we've seen that today. I think, look, Maeve was outstanding. I think her first senior start at 16, and I thought she was excellent. I think a little bit of nerves maybe the first 5 or 10 minutes, but after that she gave the right back a nightmare, and her quality and deserved to top it off with a goal. And then look, Maddie and Sarah have trained really well with us for the last few weeks, and felt it was the right game to give them an opportunity and put them in, and they gave a really good account of themselves. And Nia and Lucy, are starting to look like senior players now, and Rebecca, and I think that's the biggest compliment I can give those players, is they're really stepping up to the plate and maturing week by week, and that bodes well for us going forward.
Obviously we've spoken the last few weeks about the building momentum, and it just keeps kind of adding up. Are you happy now? Are you happy now with the setup to kind of go back into the league and kick on from there? Yeah,
we have a huge 3 games, I think, before we play in the All-Ireland Cup next. Treaty away, Galway at home and Wexford away, which, on paper are 3 difficult games, but I think we're in a really good situation at the moment. I think the group as a whole is a really good feel-good factor around the place, and players driving each other on, and I think that's the biggest thing we've spoken about. Like the standards of training have gone through the roof in the last few weeks, and if our biggest competition is within the squad, and that's the case at the moment, there's competition for places, there's no complacency, and when you're in this vein of form, it's a case of, can we play 2 or 3 games a week at the moment, just because the squad's in such a good position that we're already looking forward to the Treaty game next Saturday.
So you've mentioned as well in the last couple of interviews that the training has been really good. Do you think, is there anything in particular that's contributing to the training being that high quality?
Look, it was probably a conversation that we had in a team meeting a few weeks ago on a Monday, where we just felt that there was certain sessions where we were unbelievable, and then there was other sessions where I think it just dropped off the tempo and the intensity away from who we are, and ultimately that might reflect on the pitch. You'll start to get kind of performances where you play in spells and then you're not so good in other spells, and I think now we've been really, really on it. I think senior players have driven on. I think young players have come in and stepped up as well to the plate, and as I said, it's probably a number of factors, but sometimes when you're just in a groove, which we are at the moment, it's a case that everything seems to be working, and we're delighted with the whole group at the moment. I think that's the big thing for me, is that everybody's pushing each other, everybody's training well, and everybody's performing on a Saturday, and hopefully that continues to be the case.
That's brilliant. Thanks, Malone.
Thank you.